let's get back into it. Here we got what we got so far. I went ahead and put it on shaded mode or rendered, and that mouth is a little bit creepy. So we'll fix that. But it's looking pretty good, I'd say. And pretty good geometry too. So let's get back into, let's do shaded. Let's turn these points back on. That's F10. And let's fix this little part. So let's do wireframe. No, let's go back. So we can either add another loop right here. We need to put more geometry right here to tighten that little curl on the lip up. So we need some extra geometry right there. And we can pull a edge loop between, here, let me turn on. There we go. Between this edge and this edge. So if I double click that, that's an edge loop. And so if I offset another edge loop from there, then I'll just bring that in right here. And that sounds pretty good. We have some issues here that we also need to address. That doesn't look very nice. We can probably fix two birds with one stone. And fixing these corner points and fixing that corner point. So let's try and do that first before we work on anything else. Actually, let me... Boom, 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 where is it? Do that point and that point. That point. That point. And it looks funky here, but having triangles meet each other is actually better than you might think. As long as they're all triangles. Actually, I don't know. That is better. And you know what? I actually have an idea. I know how to solve this. Let's go into points. And we'll use this extra folding in. You see this geometry is trying to fold in on itself. We can actually use that to our advantage, and we can move this folding over to the ear. And so then it will unfold out into the ear. We still need to fix that too. Let me do this. There we go. That over there. Don't worry, we'll fix all of this. Probably want to delete that. Do we have grid snap on? Oh, that's weird. All right. And we'll turn on control points again. And we will, no, not that one. We're going to split these on those midpoints, which is why I deleted both sides. So now I can bring this more and more in, and I'll just do a repeat. Oh. See that? Look at how that just naturally starts coming over, and now I'll attach that to that one. I'll do a bridge. Bridge. There we go. Oh. There we go. And now we need to smoothen all of this weird stuff out. I'm using my space mouse. This thing, very helpful. Alright, so I'm just gonna be doing this. These are actually probably too far out. Let's move them in, squish them. And most of this is meaningless until we have that tangency with the other surface right here, or all these surfaces really. So let's rebuild everything with the geometry we have. I'm going to go back into here and see what we can do. I will merge this, stitch, there we go. Let's see how things are gonna match up here. We can probably stitch that together because it will be creating more geometry right here. Nope, not that one. Let's do right there. Let's look at this right here. Looks like that can be a square right there. So let's bridge. All right, and these faces, delete, because now we'll be expanding through these edges to make the ear. Oh, let's go back into point selection. And let's, you know what? Let's seal this up. And we'll just do select these edges. And I'll go off these little balls just to do an extrude. And then I'll stitch these together. There's one. There's two. Let's fix these points. Let's fix them in this view first. And we're going to go right behind the ear. Right there, because we'll come back out and fold around the ear. But we'll meet at this point. Right here, right in that little nook. And we'll meet in this point. Right in low here. And these will come in and start building this inner geometry right here. Let's turn back smooth mode and look at the front. You know what? Give me a moment. Here we go. We'll pop the neck out in a little bit later. For right now, we'll just get that going. Alright, that's looking good. We'll leave it at that for now. Oh, you know what? I see an opportunity. So we got this right here. And we'll bring it down to there. And let's delete those. Delete those. Bring these out. And these out. We'll stitch these edges. Oh, what just happened? Alright, let's do that again. We'll stitch. And we'll clean this up. Let's move these out here. That definitely looked weird. Let's look at this all smoothed out. Let's give them a little bit more cheekies. It's a technical term, cheekies. Very technical in the industry specific. My industry. I think that's good for now. Let's fix this little mouth problem that we had before. do go all the way around. Let's try it. That's good. We still need some more geometry right in here. So let's look at how things are formed. Maybe we can move this triangle up towards the crook of the smile. Oh, I did that wrong. Let's do another one. Let's try this side. No, we don't want that. Oh, we do have a weirdness right there. Let's see where this will take us. If we go all the way down there, up through here, it gives us that little triangle again. But let's try that. Let's count on edges. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. And then we have 1, 2, and 1, 2 right there. No, I guess that didn't work. All right, we'll just do a bridge. We'll bridge these two. And we'll put 4 for the segments. And now we can just stitch these guys together. And now that we have the geometry, we can move it around. Already that looks better. Let's turn on control points and let's start fudging around. So first of all, I do want to make these a lot closer to the mouth. And you know what? I'm gonna align to view. That makes it a lot better. So now I can move it perpendicular to my camera view. Move these little up just to give that little puckerness. See, we got that curl happening. We can extenuate that a little bit. Bring this a little bit out and forward. I think these need to be just a little bit closer to each other. Especially to that crook of the mouth. And we'll just move all the other geometry over to compensate. And we don't need so sharp of geometry there, so let's spread that out too. We got, this is nothing down here. Oh, you know what? I don't want to. Let's move that up in this direction. All right. So we got those going on too. We should actually bring this little looping in for the nose in a lot more. Oh. that way. What happened there? Oh, I moved the middle one when I was out here. That's what happened. That's the problem with that gumball. It does exactly what you want it to do, what you told it to do. Let's move that one a little bit down. All right. There we go. That's looking good. Gonna bring these down for the eyes. There we go. That's looking a little more natural. Bring these up. Nice. Alright, we're definitely not gonna get into the ear this right now. So let's try and get these eyes in. That'll just make me feel a lot better with these eyes, and it'll look a lot cleaner. And definitely a lot more like Goku. Alright, so we fixed this sort of area, and actually this looks pretty darn good too. Let's move this up. And we will need some more geometry right in here for the eyes, but let's try this. put this into a crease. And see if I can also crease these corners. So there's something that we have to work with. I'm not thrilled about these corners. So we'll just make some extra geometry to tighten all of these corners up. And let's just delete those. And you know what? I got a better idea. Let's take those faces. Let's do that. And then we'll crease those. There we go. And now we'll go into here. We can delete those faces. Insert point. Do it right there and right here. So now we're getting a little more squarish. Let's go back into points. That's weird. So I'm looking actually right here while I'm doing this. And we'll go off this one for the eyes. got some. We'll have to add some more there. Ah, that's the back. He does have a bulbous head, though. No. Let's move all of these together. No, I think that's pretty good. This is really weird right here. All right. So now we will actually get rid of this crease and make our own little fold instead of a crease. So let's just select. Pretty much like that. And then bring it back out. So now, reposition. There we go. Now on the inside, if you can see, we got that going on. And let's move it again. Give us a bigger crease. And there we are. Much better. It's a little bit too sharp. So how about we go back into this and we'll turn on that and we'll see all the little weirdness that's going on. There we go. Give this a little bit of an extra flange. And there we go. Once we turn this back on, it should be a lot better. Here we go. No more crazy weirdness, other than this is still bulging. So let's edit those pieces together. Oh. A little bit more. Pushing this out will help too. Also give us them cheekies that we so desire. I think Goku's always smiling. And he's always got those cheeks of his like little squirrels. There we go. That's looking a little more natural. Oh, spoke too soon. That's all right. think these brows are a little bit protruding out too far as well. I'll just do. That's going to be a little bit too far as well. Alright. I know that seems way far off, but this is where they didn't intend this to be created as a 3D model, so you have to do a little interpretation, but I don't think it's that horrible. That far off. Alright, now I'll show you how this is done. So now we take this edge Never mind. There we go. That's what I was missing. And now fill hole. Boo. Push that out a little bit. And now we got an eye. We'll fix that up. Alright. So, I think, well, I'm going to take a break, but you guys will just have a little pan, and then we'll work on the ear right here. So I'll catch you guys later. But now it's 5 seconds from now.